Hi guys, Dorota International nail artist and educator here, and today we are gonna be painting those cute snowman and pink with some Christmas roses. Have we previewed in here? Absolutely awesome and something slightly different. I hope you will really enjoy it. If you do, let me know in the comments below. I'm really looking forward to reading them all. And also guys, thank you so much for every comment, like and share. So let's start. This is gonna be a very cute snowman. So we are gonna grab white. And then another color I want to use for this design is 277. Just so we can create a really nice and beautiful pastel pink. So first of all, you could start doing a little background. I'm just gonna grab my sponge. And then we are gonna transfer those pink gel polish into our tip. So just pick up a small amount of it. You wanted it to be very washy, like almost invisible, just so we've got some sort of very delicate background. And then cure it. So on the client's nails, you could do it either on the base, color you choose. So like quite often in a salon, I would use the milky pink gel, and I would just go and straight away dab it with the sponge to create my background. But you could also paint them white, not necessarily, like it will look really nice on the just a natural base of the nail as well. And then cure it. Okay, so the sponging is done, and now we can start moving on painting the snowman. So I will do it on this tip. Pick up the white, and we are gonna paint his belly. Really huge ball. And in that case, like the watercolor brush is absolutely amazing because it speeds up your work so much. I am not too bothered about perfecting the bottom part because he is gonna be covered by the snow a little bit. Okay, so we just need to make sure this part is quite nice. And then the part where the head is coming. Again, I wanted it to be really decent size. Again, not too bothered about the top part because he's gonna wear a very cute pink hat. And the bottom part, again, not too bothered, so don't waste your time like on those not necessarily steps because he is gonna have some nice scarf in there. Okay, so once I'm happy with this part, I can cure my base. And then on the other tips, we are gonna create some kind of background. And I decided, why not? So this year when I was decorating the studio, I have used some roses and I painted them gold. And I thought we can actually put some roses into our design. I'm gonna do it like a pretty simple roses. So what you want to do it is pick up the pink, which we've gotten here, and just color in those darker background. They are gonna be very simple roses, and then a small one on the top. I still want to keep this design very salon friendly, I would say. So I'm doing irregular shapes, and then we are gonna swap to the smaller brush, so I can grab either the Tyler or D-liner. Actually, I got a the Tyler brush. And with the white color, I'm just gonna let me work out through my brush. It was used in acrylic paint, so UV cleanser to clean. And then we are gonna go in a kind of rounded motion to create a middle for the rose. So they are very simple roses. Without of curing the products, then they kind of tend to blend better. Try to keep it nice and wiggly. And then the one which is on the top. So I'm kind of moving the previous gel polish. And this way we have created like a very simple roses. I'm gonna cure them and go back to our snowman. So he looks just like a two balls. I'm just gonna grab it and paint his scarf. So almost like an teardrop shape coming on the other side. So make it very irregular. And then the one which is on the bottom. You can kind of make it nice and fluffy at the end by going with your brush just like this. So lots of little lines. And then the hat. Don't go too low because then later on we want to also add some fur in there. So the hat is going around the head. And then coming down. Like you can even twist it into closer to his face, her face or his face, depending if we add eyelashes or not. Okay, let's freeze it. And then paint a couple of those roses. So here I'm gonna go much bigger. We'll do 3 in here. So one very large, very irregular. Got some mess in their stock. Got it. And then another one. So this one can actually go even a little bit over the snowman. We will connect that later on. And then a small one on the top. Again, just smudge those paint in there. And then make it very irregular. Okay, let's cure those ones and go back to the snowman. So we need to add some buttons, but we are gonna do it later on with some crystals, I think. That will be pretty nice. So let's paint some eyes first. And the button face. And the carrot. So I'm just gonna grab some orange. And then paint the carrot. You can add a drop of the black just so it's not that bright. And then just paint like a wee triangle shape. Okay, so on the bottom there is a wee black shadow. Then we can take a dotting tool and paint two eyes. With the brush, a cute face. And then let's freeze it. Okay, we need to start thinking about the entire composition. So as I say, this rose is gonna go a little bit over the snowman, and that's what I'm gonna do it. Just paint like on single petals there. Just like this, just so we've got a little bit of this color in there. And then we want to add some green through it. So I have picked up 207, which is October. And in connection with the white, it looks fantastic. I didn't clean it my brush, so it will be contaminated with some pink as well. Pick up like kind of almost very dirty mixture. And then we are gonna do a couple of the branches here and there. Okay, so just like, you can see it, I'm almost having like two colors in there. And now we're just gonna paint a couple of those branches. Really delicate, kind of very washy color. And making them quite nice and fluffy. Okay, add something in here as well. And then make it nice and fluffy. We can have one coming in on the side, even covering the snowman a little bit. And couple more in here. So I want something from the top again. It's just a touches of the brush, very random. Just creating this fluffy look. Okay, Snowman is needing more detail, so we are just gonna grab white, a tiny bit of the top coat, so white with the top coat, and you want to start adding some detail in a scarf, just so it's not this flat. And same detail on the hat. So you want to have some lighter places. And then freeze it. Okay, now we are gonna go and grab the brown color, and I've got some 225. D-liner brush. Again, check it. This one was used with acrylic paint, so I need to clean it. Because we was doing some Christmas one-stroke nail art. Absolutely stunning. Okay, so the brown, you can even mix it with the green. It will look much better. And we are gonna pull a couple of the branches. Okay, those branches are, later on we can put some berries in there. So just like a couple branches, very nice and thin. And I love actually how my brush is behaving after painting with the acrylic paints. Like I feel like sometimes the gel can make the brush paint very thick lines, and the acrylic paints kind of shape my brush absolutely fantastic. And I can pull it really nice and slim detail. Lucky is unbelievable as usual. You can hear his puffs like tapping everywhere. And freeze it, and same we have to paint his hands or her hands. So I've got this brown and just doing a nice branch in here. I added a drop of the black just so I've got different shades of the brown. And then let's do another one. So this one is gonna go over the next tip as well. Let's make it here like this. And then it is just right in the middle of the tip. So I'm just gonna add it right in the middle of the tip, which is somewhere here. Okay, so we've got another hand painted. Dotting tool, and we are gonna start pulling those berries, and I want them to be pink as well. So So lots of berries. And you can make them different sizes, some tiny ones and some big ones. Okay, coming back to our snowman, it will be a girl. Let's give her some nice blush cheeks. So I have picked up the top coat with my pink. Then I'm just gonna paint some nice cheeks. So blush pink. And on the other side. We can also color the body as well a little bit with this pink on the one side. Just to kind of give it this little shadow. Underneath of the scarf. And then let's freeze it. Okay, we also need to add some more detail into our branches. And maybe some snowflakes. Yes. So the next thing I want is a white. And in each berry, I'm just dropping in a white dot, like really nice and fast. I hope I have cured them. Yep. So a very small white dot. And to be honest, I actually love those roses on its own. Like, I think they look fantastic. And now is the time for the gems. So base gel. And we are gonna paint those buttons. So base gel. One, two, three. I'm just gonna squeeze in 3 buttons in the color of AB crystals. Pick up the tiniest ones. The caviar beads would work for it as well. I think it will look fantastic too. Clean my dotting tool. And since we done some crystals in the middle one, I'm gonna squeeze a couple crystals here as well. So base gel, and we can do crystal here, crystal there, crystal here, and there, and 2 is not good. Okay, so I'll place 2 in here. So usually I'm trying to go for uneven numbers. We've got 1, 2. That looks really nice. We have some bling. And we will keep it even number here. Okay, time for the top coat so we can decorate the things and make it nice and snowy. So High Shine No Wipe Top Gel. Because the things looks like almost not finished. But the rose is like, oh my goodness, like it's kind of almost like want me to have on Christmas nails with roses, winter roses. That looks very pretty. Go around the crystal and then smooth out the top coat, because when we apply the top coat in such a messy way where the crystals are, you want to make sure at the end it's kind of it is smooth out so it looks neat. And same in here. Okay, check how the light reflects. And then move on into the next part of the details. So the first tip is ready, and that was the snowman. Okay, we need to add some nice fur, because otherwise it just doesn't look right. So I'm just cleaning my brush. Pick up some white gel. And then let's add those details. So nice line. Make it quite wobbly and a decent size. And then clean the brush and start dragging in some fur. So you want to make it nice and furry. I'm just using what I already have in here. Sometimes even you can clean off your brush, like when it picks up too much. And again, the longer you play with it, the nicer fur you will get. Nice fluffy ball. And again, make it furry. Believe or not, guys, we've got actually first snow this year. And for that reason, the heating is like full blast, so I can feel it. My gel is a little bit watery, and normally I would just paint it probably everything, but today I'm just gonna sprinkle the hot part, and then we can move on and add more detail, because the warmer it is, the more watery the gels are, the more they are gonna spread. So I'm just sprinkling it, and then I'm gonna cook it and start adding those little white snow detail here as well. So we can tap it a little bit on our branches. Very irregular shapes. I'm just kind of let my hand shake, I would call it. And then do a tiny snowflakes. So the snowflakes can even go over the picture we have painted. That's absolutely fine. Then take a brush and just pull those snowflakes. Okay, so I've got cute, tiny, microscopic snowflakes. Let's sugar it. Clean the snowman. And we need to add some snow on the bottom. So this time I'm going with much bigger brush, and I'm scraping off my whites. So when I told you don't worry too much about the bottom, it was because we wanted to put those snow in there. And as you can see it, I'm kind of going pretty irregular. And I even put some pink in there. Okay, so like some piles of the snow. You can even make it more like kind of 3D by adding a few thicker lines. And then sugar it. Place some snowflakes in here. So here I've got a room for a slightly bigger one. And we don't want to overdo it, so just couple small ones. And then place something on the branch on the top. Sprinkle it. And then I can show you the final look of this design. A little bit harder, but it's almost like 2-in-1. So you could do the roses or you could do the snowman. And I really love it. Okay, snowman is ready. Nice and pink. Place it there. And then the roses. I actually love that, looks so Christmassy and it has roses in it. And then clean the excess from this one. So that's what we have created. You can see it nice and pastel-y, really pretty design. And I hope you have guys really enjoyed it and have learned something new as well. Sending you huge glittery hugs and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!